For almost 5 years of production, we sold more than 20,000 different LSD conversion sets. I'm sure you witnessed some of the fails over that time. Statistically, number of fails is less than 1%, which is really good considering some sets were used for racing applications. Since we are both manufacturers and distributors, we carefully analyzed each case and came across to certain conclusions. There are 3 main mistakes in installation procedure which lead to LSD conversion set fail. That is inadequate threadlock application, central C-clip fail, and dry assembly. And now we're gonna pass through all of these 3 mistakes and show you how not to make them. Threadlock application seems to be a simple thing. You must be thinking right now what can possibly go wrong with that. Well, did you know that the technique of applying depends on hole style? If you have a through hole, you apply threadlock to the bottom of the male thread. Like this, right? This is the most common technique that most people use. As you can see, there is no issue in distribution of a thread locker between the fastener and the hosing. So we can tell that this is a proper way of applying a thread lock on a through hole. But what happens if you have a thread lock technique the same way but on a blind hole? Now watch this. Air from the bottom is pushing the compound out from the thread. This leaves a thread housing with very little thread locker applied inside, so this fastener may loosen itself. And finally, I'm going to show you the proper way. Filling the hole with a thread locker, creating a small pool of compound towards the bottom. As you fasten the fastener in, compound will be spread evenly in all parts of the thread. Like this, finally. You can clearly see the difference between the right thread and the left one of the blind hole. This is what you should do when tightening a sleeve bolt on the central pin of LSD conversion set. If you do it the wrong way, fastener may loosen out, allowing the sleeve to pop out and hit the pinion gear. In the most cases, this results in a complete breakdown of the differential. Moving on to the second mistake, the C-clip fail. It is very important to keep the C-clip in one piece if you want your central pin to stay inside. If you break the C-clip when returning the central pin, then it will most likely pop out and hit the pinion gear, destroying your complete differential. So don't be too hard on the hammer like this. We're going to show you now how it looks like when you break it. If you don't pay attention to centralize the C-clip well and align it with the hole, and you go too strong on the hammer, you will end up with a C-clip like this. This is how the broken C-clip looks like, and it won't do any good. It won't hold for long because the central pin might rotate inside, and it will most likely pop out and destroy your differential and break the conversion set. So we're going to show you now how to do it the proper way. First, to put a new C-clip inside. All the way in the ledge. And that's it. Now we're ready for the second try. Put the differential unit on the hydro press. Lubricate well sliding surfaces, align the C-clip as best as you can, and then gently push the central pin with the hydro press, and it will evenly centralize by itself, keeping the central pin in one piece. This is the very best way how you can avoid breaking of C-clip and thus avoid breaking of the set. And finally, the most common mistake of all. If you skip this step, spider gear will overheat the central pin from friction, causing it to spread. Eventually, those two parts will stuck together, but the spider gear will continue spinning, breaking the central pin torsionally in this point. And this is the end of the conversion set. This can also happen if you seriously overheat your differential, therefore we don't recommend LSD conversion set for racing purpose, but we do recommend using the Motul Gear Competition LSD oil. It will significantly extend the lifespan of the LSD conversion set. So please lubricate the central pin and its sleeve well before and during the assembly, like this. If you do that well, you will tremendously lower the chance of the breaking of the central pin and the LSD conversion set. Just pay attention to clean the hole for the fastener before you apply the thread locker. Otherwise, the thread locker won't work and you will end up with a second mistake of losing the fastener for the central pin sleeve. This will also result the breaking of the conversion set. So pay attention what you're doing all the way until the end of the installation procedure. So now you saw what you should and shouldn't do in the installation procedure of LSD conversion set. Don't make these mistakes and you won't have any problems. Some of our sets passed the inspection after 250,000 kilometers. Actually, we filmed one of these inspections, so if you haven't seen it already, then check the video tag up here. If you have any questions, write us an email and we will respond. Like, share and subscribe, and thank you for watching.